field of 13 that are all in line. We're ready for the start. Improbable restless in the starting gate. Mike Smith and Improbable settling down. They're off in the Preakness, and the maiden Bodie Express lost the jockey at the start. Unseated John Velasquez right out of the gate. So Warriors Charge will go out to the early lead as they come through the stretch for the first time. Market King is away running in second. Another Twist of Fate is third on the outside, and behind them is the Maryland horse, Always Mining. War of Will is fifth and down on the inside. And then it's Win, Win, Win. There's a break of another two back to Improbable, who's racing about 7 lengths off the lead early on. Then Bourbon War, followed by Owendale and Signalman to the outside, and the loose horse is running in behind them. The two trailers are Ever Fast and Laughing Fox. 22.5 was a swift opening quarter mile as they head on to the backstretch, where Warriors Charge leads the way. Market King is second, and then it's another Twist of Fate third on the outside. And they complete this first half mile in the Preakness in 46.16 seconds. Tyler Gaffalione has War of Will fourth at the rail and 4 lengths off the lead. A similar trip to the Kentucky Derby right behind the pacemaker. And then comes Always Mining to the outside. Improbable is racing in between horses with 4.5 lengths to make up. And then it's Win, 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 and Owendale and Signalman is down on the inside. So they make their way around the far turn. Warriors Charge continues to lead the way. Another Twist of Fate pressing on the outside. Always Mining is getting going right behind the leaders, and now moving 3 wide on the far outside. Improbable is in gear as well, and then it's War of Will on the inside, who's now being ridden to keep up. Win, Win, Win is going very wide. Owendale too, and they're into the stretch, and it's Warriors Charge off the turn in front. Another Twist of Fate. Here is War of Will, and he got through an opening on the inside at the gate pole. Owendale is storming down the center of the track, but it's War of Will coming down to the 16th pole in front. In front by 2 lengths late. A late charge from Longshot Everfast on the inside too, but nothing stood in his way. War of Will won the Preakness. And then it was Everfast in a photo with Owendale, followed by Warriors Charge, and a final time of 1 minute 54.15 seconds. Today was the day for War of Will.
Right in the middle of all of it at the Kentucky Derby. A close second when Maximum Security veered, but nothing in the path of War of Will for Mark Casse, the trainer, Tyler Gaffalione, the jockey, and Gary Barber, the owner. They all pick up their first Triple Crown win. And a very bizarre scene as we watch Bodie Express run the entire race. And because Bodie Express was in the middle of the other 12 horses, the Outriders, who were trying to get in position, couldn't get there to try to get the horse without a jockey. Even made an attempt at the top of the stretch, but couldn't. And now they effort to do that as we go back to the win for War of Will.
Watch Bodie Express first at the start. He will rear badly in the starting gate as soon as they open the gates. Right there. And it's almost like a bucking bronc at that part. And at that point, John Velasquez, there was no way that he could possibly hang on with the start like that. So now Bodie Express is running loose off to the far left. Fortunately, he didn't interfere greatly with some of the other horses in the race. We have seen that happen many times. And he's still running loose out there as the Outriders try to apprehend him.
And you have to hold all tickets here, because I don't know if Bodie Express got a fair start here, Randy, because the starter in the gate still had a hold of Bodie Express when the gate opened.
And let's go back to the aerial look at the start. Bodie Express is the 9. And there you see how they came out. The other horses clearly coming out as Bodie Express was bucking. The question is, does he have a hold of him there?
Meanwhile, what a fortuitous trip for Tyler Gaffalione and War of Will. I mean, look at him right now in 5th on the inside. One more look at Bodie Express.
Yeah, well, watch the starter on the right part of the starting gate of the 9. See his hand still there? The gate had already opened, and you saw his reaction. So I've seen this kind of play out in some situations where the 9 might be considered a non-starter.
Yeah, so maybe there's a scenario in which they would refund the tickets on Bodie Express, but Bodie Express was a 20-to-1 shot. Meanwhile, War of Will had a beautiful trip with Tyler Gaffalione. Outrun to the early lead. Instead of flipping to the outside, he sat on the rail, which was wide open the entire trip. It's as if the other riders haven't been watching the races. They wanted to stay off the rail, and Gaffalione had a dream run all the way up the inside to win.
Well, what were we talking about prior to the run of the Preakness?
This is exactly the way you wanted the race to unfold for him.
The inquiry that was up briefly is down. As you mentioned, Edzo, any questions there? The stewards did not continue to look any deeper. The outrider has finally gotten to Bodie Express, who had done another complete lap here, and there was so much traffic and a lot going on around here because you have all the folks who are nearby. The outrider doing an incredible job of getting the horse, and fortunately the horse seems to be okay.